Manchester United have lost yet again, and they are still a complete abomination of a football team. I didn't think it was possible for them to get worse after Ten Hag, but somehow they've managed it.
Man United is shit. I know nothing about football, but I know Manchester United is shit.
Hello, bozo.
How this fatty Luke Shaw is still starting week in, week out in the Premier League is a complete mystery to me. For the first goal, he got absolutely spun by Doku, who laid it on a plate for Foden to head in. And then for the second goal, it doesn't even look like he was trying to defend Haaland. But the third goal was even worse, as this absolute bozo took a terrible touch before playing an awful pass to Maguire, who gave the ball away, leaving Haaland in this position. I've heard of the offside trap, but this has to be the first time I've seen an onside trap. And the fact this is a screenshot from a Premier League game is honestly bewildering. How can you give the best striker in the world this much space? And of course he scored to make it 3-0. In fact, Haaland felt so bad for Man United, he missed this open goal on purpose. Manchester United are just embarrassing beyond words. How can you be losing 2-0 in a derby and your impact sub is Harry Maguire? This despicable manager didn't think of changing the attack, but instead he's doing up rotation at the back. And how can you have a talented youth player loved by the fans like Kobbie Mainoo at your disposal, and you decide to leave him on the bench in every single game? When he came on, he was the only Man United midfielder who looked competent, and he chooses to start Manuel Ugarte every flipping game, who is one of the most useless midfielders I've ever laid my eyes upon. And when he takes him off, he brings on Casemiro. I'm in disbelief that this bozo is still even a Premier League footballer. Anyway, how Amram is still Manchester United manager is just baffling to me. What is it going to take for him to be sacked? But bozo of the week for this week has to be Bryan Mbeumo. This buffoon from Cameroon was abominable in this game. The amount of times he lost the ball was simply egregious, and all the emphatically discombobulated attempts on goal this guy had were just laughable. How do you even miss from this close, bro? Honestly, this bald fraud needs to pattern, because this performance was reminding me of Anthony at United. Meanwhile, Noni Madueke put in an absolute blastic for Arsenal against Nottingham Forest. He might actually be better than Bukayo Saka, bro. The way he was spinning this Nottingham Forest bozo inside and out was just brazy. Honestly, Madueke showed us more flair in one game than Martinelli showed us in 3 years. I saw so much hate for this signing, but this guy's actually a certified baller. I even forgot that Saka is injured. And on the other side, Eze was balling out as well, putting out all the flicks and tricks before grabbing an assist for Gyökeres to get his third goal of the season. And I've also got to point out this delectable ball over the top by Calafiori for this goal too. Also, Zubimendi scored an absolute bang on the volley to get his first goal for the club before heading in his second goal to seal a 3-0 win. And he's now got as many open play goals in the Premier League in 2025 as Cole Palmer. What? Speaking of Cole Palmer, he got his first open play goal in the Prem since January away at Brentford. He came off the bench after Chelsea went 1-0 down to a Kevin Schade opener, assisted by a beautiful Jordan Henderson pass. And also, what is this bozo Tosin doing at the back, just letting him have an easy shot at goal? Anyway, Chelsea got back into the game, and then Caicedo slapped in a late goal to seemingly win the game. Just for these bozos to fall asleep from a throw-in and let Carvalho tap in an equaliser at the back post in stoppage time. And I can't lie, there's very few things as beautiful in football than watching Chelsea drop points. So we're eating good this weekend. Liverpool faced Burnley away in their game, where once again Florian Wirtz was absolutely tragic. This £120 million bozo from Germany has been deplorable ever since joining the Premier League, and if he keeps this up, I'm going to be able to do a segment on him every week. He genuinely might just not be cut out for this league, because every game he's chasing shadows like a dog and gives the ball away every 5 seconds. And he got hooked whilst Liverpool were drawing the 3rd time already this season. Kirkers was also awful and probably had his worst game yet, producing this shameful dive before getting subbed off after just 30 minutes. A performance nothing short of embarrassing. But even worse than both of them was Cody Gakpo. Watching this guy play genuinely hurts my brain. I think I lose brain cells every time I see him cut inside and shoot from 25 yards for no reason. He genuinely has the footballing intelligence of a donkey riddled with CTE. How Liverpool fans put up with this, I will never know. And Mo Salah continued his diabolical start to the new season. He's honestly playing like he's got no control over his limbs this year. Sometimes I'm wondering if I'm watching Nicolas Pepe or Mo Salah on Liverpool's right wing. Anyway, because of this brain-dead bozo Hannibal, Liverpool won a penalty in the 95th minute, which Salah obviously scored to give Liverpool yet another lucky win. These guys have had the most fugazi starts of the new season, getting lucky in every single game. And I would say that luck is going to run out, but they still get to add Isak to this team. After beating Forest 3-0 in their last game, West Ham went back to being a bunch of discombobulated bozos against Tottenham. They conceded once again from a corner before Souček decided to pull out this shambles of a challenge to get himself sent off. And then West Ham conceded 2 more goals to lose the game 3-0. And honestly, at this point, just get them relegated, man. I've had enough of this club in the Premier League. They're just a pathetic institution. I gave bozo of the week to Mbeumo, but it could easily have gone to Goodmanson at Leeds United after this horrific own goal in the last minute against Fulham. In fact, it's one of the most spectacular headers I've ever seen. It's just a problem, it was in the wrong flipping net. Walter Made also scored in his debut to give Newcastle a simple 1-0 win over Wolves, who have lost every single game this season. And like West Ham, we need to finally just get rid of them for good now. Everton versus Aston Villa and Crystal Palace versus Sunderland both ended as boring 0-0 draws. But Bournemouth versus Brighton did see goals as Alex Scott scored this banger before Matoma headed in an equaliser at the back post. But this Brighton bozo made a stupid challenge in the box to allow Semenyo to win the game for Bournemouth from the spot, and also got me 13 points in my FPL as I I bought some in for Cole Palmer. Whilst the likes of Van der Ven and Mo Salah also did well for me to move me up to 47th in the league. However, I might have to finally take this bum Bruno Fernandes out my team because I'm fed up of seeing him barely get any points for me. For the second week in a row, Joaquin Luna is top of the league, carried again by Erling Haaland, who got 26 points as his captain. But trust me, that gap is closing and I'm gonna be top of the league in no time, bruv. Hey yo, you absolute bozo! Why haven't you liked the video yet? Make sure to absolutely bukkake that like button and subscribe whilst you're at it. Thank you.